What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Toxic Gaming. Today I'm bringing you an Ectoplasmic Fortification deck profile. Yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting one, especially because I just sat there and told you all this was a bad skill. But yeah, I had a guy actually turn in this deck profile to me. So if you guys ever want to turn in deck profiles to me, send in the screenshot where you screenshot right here with this little camera, and then also send me a replay with the screenshot. That way I can showcase your guys' deck on the channel if you guys want to do something like that. That'd be really cool. But yeah, the deck we're going over today is Ectoplasmic Fortification. It's a really neat skill. If you haven't seen my Fix This skill video, this is what this skill does. Once per turn, if you control a zombie monster, you can place a counter on this card. All zombie monsters you control gain 100 attack and lose 100 of defense for each counter on this card, and any battle damage you take from battles involving your opponent's zombie monsters is doubled. So any of your zombie monsters that have to battle, you take double damage for. They gain 100 attack points for each counter. It's not terrible, right? But it's definitely not it's a rogue level deck, and it's probably low rogue level at that. So it's just one of those decks you're pretty much going to be playing for fun. But the list that we're looking at is actually a really unique list. Usually when I saw Ectoplasmic Fortification list, it was like an Enchanting Fitting Room Zombies deck. But this list here is actually like a Beatdown Zombies list, and I thought it was really cool. I really enjoyed his thought process behind it. So the deck list goes as Regenerating Mummy. We're playing this card as 3. He has a weird little side effect, but usually you're just using him as a beat stick. He has this: when this card is sent from the hand to the graveyard by opponent's card effect, return this card to the hand. So it can reoccur if, for whatever reason, it gets Twisted Personality or whatever. Double Custom's also playing this deck at 3, another decent beat stick. With 1 counter on this, he goes to 18, Regenerating Mummy goes to 19. Once you get to 2, Regenerating Mummy's now a 2,000 beater, Double Custom's now a 1,900 beater. So, it kind of goes in play. And Double Custom pairs really well with Sure Despair from the Dark. So that's also really nice. 1 Zombie is being played in this deck to help re-incur the, I assume, Double Custom for the Despair from the Dark. But for the most part, here's your regular zombie matchup. Zoma the Spirit also is played in this deck at 3. It works with Ectoplasmic Fortification because it is a zombie monster. So having a Zoma the Spirit as a beat stick outside of it being just that 1800 burn monster that you get is actually really cool. And I like that this deck can utilize this card in that kind of way. Haunted Shrine is a very powerful trap card in this game. I think it's probably one of our better trap cards that is type dependent. Haunted Shrine just monster reborns your zombie monsters from your graveyard if you control no monsters, and you can banish it from your graveyard to summon another zombie monster from your graveyard as long as you control no monsters. So that's pretty cool. Book of Life is also played at 3 in conjunction with the Haunted Shrine. If it works, it works. I like it. You're going to want to try to get these guys to the field as much as possible, so I understand having the Book of Life at 3 in his list. So Pyramid of Wonders is also played at his list at 2, which is really cool. They gave an extra 200 boost to your zombie monsters on top of the fact that you're also getting a boost on top of the Ectoplasmic Fortification. And then lastly, we're playing Triple Floodgate Trap Hole in the main deck. Our side deck is like a little burn package here. We got Nightmare Wheels, we got Mask of a Curse, Lava Golem, and then Santa Claus to tribute over more powerful monsters. So it's a really unique deck. The guy, I watched his game when he played with it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll definitely do a profile on it. And yeah, I don't think I've done Ectoplasmic Fortification either, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into the showcase. Alright, so XBKB1295X. This guy here is the one who turned it in. We used to playtest back in the old, before I made the YouTube channel. So I saw he was online and watched this game. It was like, oh, hey, this is really cool. But yeah. So starting off, we're seeing that he's playing against the Blade Skater deck, which is really cool. I like Blade Skater a lot. Sets the Cosmic Cyclone face down, and then sets the Adotile Cyber. This means star, by the way. It's the Star Cyber. Drawing for turn 2 the Double Custom, summoning the Regenerating Mummy, and then activating the Ectoplasmic Fortification. This is going to turn Mummy into a 1900 beater. Sets the Double Zoma, which is crazy for him, and then he attacks into the Star Cyber. They pass turn off. He sets the Warrior Lady of Wasteland face down, and then passes off to the opponent again, who draws into the Floodgate Trap Hole. Summoning the Double Custom here, growing them up to another counter, making them a 19 and 2k. Warrior Lady of Wasteland summons Star Cyber from the deck, and then the other Regenerating Mummy climbs the Star Cyber. and then they draw into the Mirror Wall, summoning the Blade Skater here, and then using the skill, he goes ahead and, oh, he doesn't have it? Okay. So you didn't, okay, this guy did a hard misplay on this one. Going to battle phase, he does the double custom into the Blade Skater, but Mirror Wall gets activated here, and then the opponent loses 800 life points. Drawing into the Breaker, the Magical Warrior, he pays the 2,000 off of the Mirror Wall and then summons the Breaker, but passes the turn off there. He doesn't like try to pop any of this. And then the opponent then summons Zone of the Spirit to the field, and then sets the Zombina face down. Activating the Pyramid of Wonders here, also making this card even stronger than what it already is, being a total of 2,300. The opponent draws for turn, drawing into the DD Warrior Lady, summons the DD Warrior Lady, it gets Floodgate Trap Hold, and then they roll a dice. Then the opponent breakers the Zone of the Spirit, popping it, and then the opponent draws for turn to their Generating Mummy, grows to 5 counters. Zoma's now a 2,300 beater. Like, both of these cards are the same as Alley of Justice Colossalus. Zoma climbs the Blade Skater, and that is game. Going into the next game here, this is going to be our game 2 match. It's looking like we got a decent start over here with this guy, at least. But we got Santa Claus, Book of Life, and Double Custom. Summoning the Blade Skater, just immediately using the skill this time, no doubt about it. Sending the Star Cyber, summon the Cyber Blader, setting the Floodgate, ending the turn. Drawing into their Generating Mummy, we immediately tribute off the Cyber Blader here. We don't want to deal with this card too much. Right now it can't be destroyed by battle if he would summon a monster. So yeah, this is a very smart play on his part. He summons their Generating Mummy and gives the Fortification to counter, making it into a 1900 beater. Going right for it again, using the Edital Cyber, sending it off to the graveyard, sending the Blade Skater to the graveyard, and then using Cyber Blader to summon it. Cyber Blader attacks for 2,500 into the Regenerating Mummy. We're going to see him take a total of 1,200 life points because of the double damage, and then he draws return to the Haunted Shrine, drawing into another double cost and using the card here to grab the Regenerating Mummy, and then banishing the Cyber Blader from the graveyard. Using another Santa Claus here, tributing off the other Cyber Blader, and then changing control over to the opponent. Mirror Wall gets drawn, but you know, there's nothing they can do here. He's not using the effects of Santa Claus, so I'm wondering if he just doesn't know what they do. Drawing again to the Cosmic Cyclone, banishing the face down Haunted Shrine, and then drawing into another Haunted Shrine to replace it right away. So ending the turn off to the opponent, who draws into the Jinzo, which is insane here. Jinzo attacks into the Regenerating Mummy and does a total of 200 damage to the opponent. Drawing into the Floodgate Trap Hole, setting the Zombina face down, and then Double Custom is on the field. Switching everything to attack mode and going aggro here. Jinzo attacks to Double Custom, taking double damage. Then we're attacking into the Zombina here, and then Zombina is going to bring out the Regenerating Mummy. Regenerating Mummy now goes up to 2,400 attack points, and then he goes for the climb of the Regenerating Mummy into the Jinzo, but activates Mirror Wall with Jinzo face up, and then the opponent admits defeat. No, that's not how it works, silly. Anyway, we're going to go into game 3 here. Going into game 3, we draw for turn, and looks like we're going with the Blade Skater player here. They're just going to set the Blade Skater, set the Floodgate Trap Hole face down, summons the Regenerating Mummy. It immediately gets Floodgate, so they don't get to counter, kind of putting them on a stall notice. Drawing into the Cosmic Cyclone, using the effects to summon out the Cyber Blader. Floodgates the Cyber Blader here, which is very smart. And then, yeah, tributes the Cyber Blader for the Jinzo. Climbing into the Jinzo with the Jinzo here, we draw into the Floodgate Trap Hole, Book of Life out the Regenerating Mummy, and then banishing the Cyber Blader from the graveyard. Using the Ectoplasmic to get the counter here, and then setting a card face down and ending turn. DD Warrior Lady is summoned, Jinzo attacks into Regenerating Mummy, and then Warrior Lady attacks for a total of 1,500. Drawing in for turn, drawing to the Masterly Curse, tributing off both of the opponent's monster for the Lava Golem, which is a side deck card we saw from earlier. Using the Nightmare Wheel to stop the Golem in its place, opponent draws into the Star Cyber, summons the Blader, it gets floodgated, but the opponent is going to use the Cyberblade Fusion here to send the Skater and the Star Cyber to the graveyard and send the Star Cyber from the deck. This is going to allow him to summon these Cyberblader at 2500, and that should have killed there. Oh well. Whatever. Setting the double custom face down, and then activating the Master of the Curse. Cosmic Cyclone is added to hand. And yeah, that was the match. Couple of misplays there. If it means anything, this misplay here that would have cost match with Cyberblader going to 25 doesn't even matter. Because last game he activated Mirror Wall with Jinzo. He had Haunted Shrines face down. He would have easily taken the wheel with that game. It would yeah, definitely been completely different for this. So I'm not too upset about it. But yeah, other than for that, both these decks are really cool. I like them a lot. Ectoplasmic Fortification is definitely a slept-on skill. Again, I feel like it needs a boost to even think about competing in today's meta, but we'll have to wait and see what Konami does with that. Other than for that, though, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.